I believe that God called you, my friend, to walk into your destiny. How? Through the revelation of identity. The pathway into your destiny is a revelation of your identity. I am a full-time rideshare driver at the moment. I have been driving for Lyft and Uber for over 6 years. I've amassed over 40,000 rides out here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And it's just been an awesome experience of being around humanity. Thousands and thousands of people I've been exposed to, carriers of God's image and energy and destiny. And by the grace of God, I've grown in discernment. Though I am a rideshare driver, I mean, I'm primarily a son of God. And so I'm filled with the Spirit of God. I'm born again. And so ultimately, at the present, rideshare driving is my main ministry, secondary to coaching business, which is launching right now. So by the grace of God, what happens is, like 5 minutes ago, I dropped off a lady. Her name is Ava. She's 68 years old. She was at the hospital emergency room. She had been there all night since midnight. She was trying to get a ride home. And, the Lord just ends up tapping me on the shoulder. I mean, 15 minutes earlier, I was in the area of my house. I was thinking about going home and taking a break, and got this call to pick up this woman, and she had been trying to get a ride for 5 hours and ends up getting me. And so ends up being this woman gets in the car, and turns out she's 68. She had a dizzy spell. She fell down, hit her head, got up, fell down again, and had to go to the emergency room. So she proceeded to tell me that, it was hard being in the hospital for so many hours, watching sick people come in. And she said, she supposed that God put her there to observe and to pray for sick people. So I said, well, are you a Christian? Are you a believer? And turns out she said, yes, she is a believer. And I said, good, me too. And so it's just the turn of events that the Lord used this situation where He had her on hold so that way she could run into me. And I proceeded to let her know that, at 68 years old, she's not that old, because age is all relative, and that I believe that God is a God of longevity, and He's able by wisdom to prolong the days of your life, because life isn't about living long, it's actually about finishing the mission. It's finishing the reason why you exist. And I said, God is prolonging your days to accomplish the reason why you're here, and it has to do with reaching the souls that were assigned to your calling. And I said to her, as I said leading into this conversation with you, that only in the revelation of your identity can you get on the pathway to your destiny. The pathway to destiny begins with a revelation of your identity. You can't know exactly why you exist until you know with clarity who you are. And conversely, you can't know who you are and not be on the pathway to experiencing and accomplishing why you are. See, there's a reason why Jesus died at 33 years old, and it wasn't tragic. He was operating at the highest level of identity. Therefore, the execution of destiny was streamlined. He was able to fulfill his ministry in 3 years and finish the reason why he existed. Died, buried, resurrected, accomplished his mission at 33 years old. now the cross, death, burial, and resurrection is the power of God to save the world. And so I was speaking to this lady, Ava, and I said, Jesus is a prototype for all of us, that the pathway unto accomplishing destiny is clarity of identity, and nobody was as clear about who they were than Jesus himself. But he shows us, like Paul the apostle. You know, Paul knew that at a certain point, he said, I have finished the race, I have run my course, and the time has come. He knew that it was his time to be martyred, because he finished the reason for which he existed. He had started churches in many different areas, and seen as many converts that were assigned to his name, and set into motion stuff that was, I mean, even today, like what the ministry of Paul and Jesus have, they set into motion that the world is continually, rapidly being changed by the missions that were accomplished just through the man Paul, you know. So what's the whole point? The point is, I'm here not striving, you know, I'm not trying to manufacture anything. I'm just out here being a son of God. I'm out here being a witness. I'm out here, I know who I am. I told Ava, I'm a minister of reconciliation. I'm an ambassador of Christ. I'm a son. Most of all, I'm a son. So I'm not out here trying to do anything. Through the revelation of identity and just resting in it, I'm seeing destiny fulfilled. So the meeting with this woman was just a part of destiny. I'm on my mission. She's maybe not on her mission, but she needs to be shown and told the way to be on mission, on point. And it's really as simple as that. I walk out of my house every day as a son of God, filled with the Spirit, filled with power and wisdom, and I trust he's directing my path. My path is in his hands. So when people get into this vehicle, I told her, I'm not worried about it, what to say. God directs the conversation. He directs me in wisdom. I had two guys tonight, came from the casino. They were partying and drinking. But through the conversation, the Lord opened the door, because the one guy sitting right next to me said, yeah, he has friends like turning to Jesus, and he said, sometimes I wonder if, you know, the world calls them crazy, but he's like, I'm beginning to wonder if, you know, they're not crazy and everybody else is the one who is crazy. And I said, well, you know, I'm one of those believers in Jesus. And proceeded to have the opportunity to share with him the true gospel of salvation of identity. And I couldn't manufacture that, but, and yeah, there is a sense in which I need to be prepared, but I honestly don't even need to worry or be concerned. If I'm living in God's acceptance and his love and his leading and his filled with his Spirit, I'm just excited to see whatever it is he's going to do. He's actually directing my conversation, just like he's directing this YouTube channel, and he's in control of how it grows, who's exposed to it, all that stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'm just out here looking to serve you and to get better at pouring into this channel, getting more confident on the camera, more trusting God to lead the conversation, and direct me in this YouTube channel. And it's going to blow up. It's going to grow, because it's the message of God's grace that has the power to transform you, not just forgive you, not just remove sin, but restore the son that is in you, or the daughter that you are. Because your DNA is wired just like mine. It's wired wired for acceptance. It's wired for an identity, a clear sense of your own personal value, and the DNA is calling out for an execution on why you exist, your destiny. So that's today's word. I mean, it really is all about the state of ease that you can really live in and change the world. Honestly, the wisdom of God is rest and watch who you become and what happens as you fully embrace who you are as a powerhouse of God, as a child of God. I told Ava before she got out, I said, the only thing you really have to do is not strive or work, it's actually rest. That's why the Bible says, strive therefore to enter rest. Because from rest, you actually end up assuming your full identity. From rest, you actually end up executing your complete destiny. It's the opposite of the world. The world is striving to get stuff done, but not us. I'm at rest. I'm at ease. And I also expect to see the world shaken through my life. Hell will be crushed. Demons will tremble. The deaf will hear. The blind will see. The dead will be raised. And the lost will be saved. Because this one dude is just resting in the finished work of Jesus Christ and who he says I am. Now that he's come, I am. So here we are. Have a great day. Continually seek God's face. His favor is upon you. His face is smiling down on you. Blessings.